Tom Robinson Band, 2468 Motorway. Oh my God, we used to sing along to that. It's good to shout along to. Really, it's not singing, is it? It's shouting. How are you? Well, I assume it's working. Everyone's saying hello, and no one's saying we can't see you or hear you, which is always on the cards, isn't it? Evening from IOM. Where's that? What's that? Isle of Man. Isle of Man. Don't give me cryptic clues. I don't have to do. I'm not on countdown. Fuck's sake. Just say where you're from. It's bad enough me reading. Norfolk, Swansea. Britain, a lot of Britain. Michigan, here we go. Hong Kong. Canada. Hi to Pickle. Everyone's loving Tom Robinson. You must be all over 50 then. I hope you're well. I was on Lorraine today, the TV show in England. It's like Ellen. It's the British Ellen. And Pickle was on. Yeah, she's had a hell of a day. Next up, getting her an agent. Let's ask some questions, shall we? Or answer them. This is Mum and Sherlock. Mum just learned that there are more bacteria in 1 gram of excrement than people on Earth. Think of that. That's a lot, isn't it? But the total amount of bacteria on Earth only equals the approximate number of atoms in 10,000 litres of water. So basically, there's a lot of atoms. is what Sherlock is saying. Do you have any favourite scientific facts? Wow. One about vastness, which is mind blowing, is a fact about infinity, and that is, hear me out. There are as many even numbers as there are even and odd numbers put together. Same's true of odd numbers. There are as many odd numbers as there are even and odd numbers put together. Now, that sounds, because infinity is infinity. That sounds like a weird sort of linguistic trick, but it's right by definition because of the nature of infinity. So that's a good one, isn't it? You have people arguing over that one. What else? Well, one of my favourite is to show the scale of evolution, which is, and I checked this with Richard Dawkins. I asked him when I got an award. What was it? Was it in conversation? I was given some sort of award, Reason Award or something of the year a couple of years ago, and I looked down there because it's a poster for it. Not Richard Dawkins isn't hiding down there. Like I was going to ask you again. Isn't that right, Richard? There's a poster from the chat. Anyway, he agreed with this fact, and it's we are closer to salmon, evolutionary speaking, than salmon are to sharks in terms of time scale and node on the branch type thing. So yeah, an early elasmobranch, been around for millions of years. Then teleosts came along, bony fish, salmon, and then sooner after that than they were after sharks, we came along. Another great fact. So yeah, that's good. That's good with the amount of atoms, isn't it? It's just unimaginable, isn't it? You just got to accept that. Leopold and Loveday. I forgot their question last time, didn't I? We know Ricky's Bollocks is coming to an end, and you start pre-production on Afterlife 3. What do you do during pre-production? Will you put on underclothes and actually leave the house? Well, I'll have to. I assume we do some of the things on Zoom. Pre-production. So pre-production is everyone starts work. So the design department start building sets if you have to build sets, which we do. Most of ours are putting them together because they already exist. Location manager starts, and then we find locations, and then we go and recce them and go, yeah, that's really good. Oh, I wanted a house near a church, that doesn't work. Oh, I need to be able to see the graveyard, whatever. And you find those things. So they're building sets, finding props, finding locations. Rehearsals are in pre-production. Everything, costume, all the fittings, all those things. Casting, if there's new members, contracts, all the contracts have to be signed. So, I mean, it's sort of a full-time job. Not as intense as filming, of course, because you can change your mind, and the hours are usually better than filming. Not my hours. My filming hours are brilliant. Will I wear? I probably will wear underpants. Although, not always. I think this year has shown me that underpants aren't that necessary. So yeah, as long as you wear black sweatpants, so any little dribbles don't show. White sweatpants might be a bit awkward. Oh dear. But yeah, these can't go on forever. These I mean, I might be able to do the odd one during pre-production, depending on how stressful it is. But and then I could do the odd weekend one maybe. But it won't be the same, will it? We've done these. Is it a year yet? It's nearly a year, isn't it? We've done these. Over 1 billion free minutes of entertainment. Do you know how hard this is? Just talking. Most comedians they have they do panel shows. It's all rehearsed. Most comedians have writers for their stand-up. Right? I write my stand-up and I rehearse it. Nothing, no rehearsal. I don't know what I'm going to say. Sometimes it doesn't even fucking work. And if someone said you're going to do like 200 half-hour shows, I usually do 6 shows. Oh dear. It's been fun. Titch. It's getting closer to these ending. Everyone's talking about these ending. It's getting close to these ending. Mummy doesn't think her heart can take it. I've told her it will be okay. I would like to know, what's a usual day for you, Uncle? Do you have a PA? Yeah, I have a PA, personal assistant. His name's Jonathan, and or does Auntie do stuff for you? No, I've got a PA. I probably call him once or twice a day for things. We might have the odd Zoom, but I mean, usually we meet up and do stuff, of course, when I'm doing stuff. But yeah, what's a typical day? Well, at the moment, nothing's typical. But I get up about 8, have a coffee, to do some emails. Usually overnight emails from like America and stuff. Breakfast, shower, straight out about, I don't know, by 9:15. Scruffling dogs, walking for an hour. Come back, coffee, soup, nap, bit of work. So you see, work is a few minutes so far in the day. I might do the odd TV thing or the odd podcast. Bit of writing, dabbling, very casual. Workout, shower, this, wine, dinner, TV, bed. And TV at the moment is whatever we're watching at the moment, a Scandi noir drama or Vikings or something like that, followed by a UFC fight. We save up the cards. There's usually a UFC card every weekend somewhere, and we watch one fight a night, maybe 2 fights, and then an episode of Bullseye from the 80s. 1 minute of news, they say something depressing, let's go to bed. So that's a typical day. Julia, when you think of successful people who are unhappy, not including mental illness, what do you think the primary causes of that unhappiness are? Don't know, it could be anything, couldn't it? I mean, it could just be that they did things that they thought would make them happy, but they could have taken a shortcut to just do things that made them happy. Like, some people think, oh, I'm going to get a job that I hate, that's really good earning money for 20 years, then I can retire and be happy. And they're suddenly 45, and I go, why am I doing this? why have I wasted 25 years that I've hated? Or, you know, they did things that they thought would make them happy. You know, some people like having things like cars and stuff, and you just got to work out at an early age what makes you happy. And it's, I mean, success is a part of it. You want to feel good about yourself, and you've got to earn money, but it's not. It's just not everything. I remember when I had no money till I was about 38, and I was poor all my life, and then poor for most of my adult life, and but I was happy because I was doing things I wanted. I remember sitting in, you know, shitty flats with Jane and mates and a cat, drinking homebrew because we had no money, laughing till I was sick. That I couldn't have. That couldn't have been any better if the room was bigger. Do you know what I mean? In fact, a bigger room, spinning and covered in vomit, is even worse. Just do what makes you happy. I know that sounds weird, but if that's your primary goal, just to be happy, then I think it's like anything. You can sort of work towards it. What do I know? Joey. Oh, here we go. You are going to be born again in the afterlife, but this time you can only develop physically or mentally. Oh, you're going to be born again in the afterlife. So, forget the afterlife. I die, but I come back as myself again, born again, but you can only develop physically or mentally. So, my question is, would you rather have a normal mental development, but be forever trapped in a newborn's body? That's ridiculous. So, I'm basically 8 inches long forever. So, I'll have my brain squeezed into a little baby that can't do anything. Or can I? Oh no. So I would be able to do everything, but I could be able to talk and be smart, but I'd be a newborn baby. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? Being able to be carried to the pub and leave that up. Little baby going, pint again, please, Jack. How you doing? Yeah, not too bad, yeah. I'll shut myself. That would be weird. Oh, that would be it would be, no, can't be that, can it? Because or have a normal physical development, but always have the mind of a baby. So look like this, but just go. It's basically have just a sponge for a brain. No offence to newborn babies. Fuck me. That's so hard. It's got to be that one because basically that's no life at all. Just being a 5'8" baby, just sat there going, right? But I wouldn't be aware of it, would I? So I had the mind. I wouldn't know that I was alive, fucking for 70 years or whatever it was. So that would be no existence, really, wouldn't it? But the other one would be a terrible existence. A baby. I'd have all my thoughts and I'd be frustrated. Fucking hell. But then there's a part of me now that I choose awareness. Otherwise, what's the point of being alive? And just be angry and miserable. Look, a 9-inch angry, miserable old man. He has to be fucking carried everywhere. Fucking hell. It's just the worst. That's the worst question ever, Joey. Both shit. Fucking hell. God. Someone just said, poor Jane with the baby. Like I'd have met Jane. Like, where would this baby where would this baby be going to university and talking to people in a fucking pram still? God, it's mind-boggling. That's the worst question in the world, Joey. It's phased me. It's horrific. They're both horror stories. Oh, Leslie, let's have a nice question. Leslie, would you consider writing a serious drama as you seem to have a special way of stirring people's emotions? Yeah, I would, but I sort of like that Trojan horse of comedy and then surprising people with real characters and real emotions. Like, you're laughing with people and then something happens. As opposed to starting with a drama, it's different expectations. And if I did a drama, I'd probably want some sort of funny bits. I mean, it can be done. I mean, I thought The Sopranos was funny in bits, in a sort of weird, psychopathic sort of way sometimes. I do like the mix. I do like the mix and the surprise, though, of comedy or comedy drama. And dramas are hard to plot because you often haven't got the funny bits and the digression and the characters because they're usually quite boring and procedural and cool. But I would yeah, I would consider it, yes. But I love comedy. I like making people laugh and cry, and I think you can do that more effectively. I think you can make people cry more effectively if you've made them laugh. Like I see cool sort of films, like action films, like anything like James Bond and there's a bit that you're meant to care about his girlfriend you just met, and you go, well, I don't, because I've seen nothing of your real relationship. Do you know what I mean? They put it in there like it's a you go, this too what? It's like James Bond meeting someone. It's like she's dead. We only met her a minute ago. So, you know what I mean. Real emotions, and that's a mixture of everything. Tara, who was someone that growing up would never fail to make you laugh? Oh, oh, do you mean comedian or like mate? Because there was like, I had funny mates, and my brother Bob was always funny. Uh, uh, famous people. Famous people. Again, how young am I? I mean, when I was young, I liked the same things that, you know, broad stuff that adults liked, like On the Buses and Benny Hill and Some Mothers Do Have Them, I guess. Maybe I was a bit over that. But then I liked stuff like you know, obviously I loved Monty Python, 40 Towers. Someone who always made me laugh. Just someone who always made me laugh. Lauren Hardy. Lauren Hardy. And again, there was emotional side there. I just, even if I wasn't laughing, I was just smiling. The stupidity. Yeah. Yeah. Lauren Hardy. And then the Marx Brothers. I like that wisecracking stuff. But yeah, there was something nice. I think kids like Lauren Hardy. There's something childlike about them. And it's silly, but it's somewhat visceral. There's something emotional about them because they sort of need each other. Bella, here we go. I took a picture of me with a stick today for Bella. She loved it. She gave it 9.5 out of 10. Yeah. Yes, I bothered taking a photo of a stick for a dog on Twitter. There's a pandemic on. I have the physique of a whippet with the hair of a Bedlington Terrier, built for speed and agility, with added bonus of stylish great hair. If you would describe yourself as a crossbreed from any two dogs, which would they be and why? Oh, down to two. Well, I think I probably started off like something sort of nice and like a Labrador. And that works as well because Labradors tend to get a little bit fat, don't they? They've got bad hips. So that works. So a Labrador crossed with something annoying, I think. Not annoying, but, you know, hyper. I was like a Spaniel or a Jack Russell or something. It's tough, isn't it? But then I think that genetically, I think it's shown I'd have to have something in it like a bulldog or a staffy. Well, what could I have? Spaniel crossed with a staffy. How's that? I'm talking to a dog about being a dog. That's what's weird. Freya, how do you normally practice rehearse for your stand-up gigs? Right. Yeah, it's tricky. What I usually do is I have something I want to talk about loosely. Three bits to riff on. And then I book a little theatre and charge a tenner or whatever it is, 15 quid. Tell them it's a warm-up and it's new material. It might be shite. And then I get 2 or 3 other people to also do the same, so they get an evening of it. So I come out, I do my first little 5 minutes, practice it, bring out someone, they do 10, come back on, do another 5, like I'm a compere, bring someone else out, they do 10, go out again, I do my 5 to 10. So you do about an hour, and then as you get more, my bits get bigger, I drop someone off the bill. I just do it with 2 people, then 1 person, do 2 bits, and then I try and go out there by myself and do 45, 50 minutes, still only charging a 10 or 15 or whatever. And then I've got the hour. And then I might do that another 10 times, and then I'll start doing real but still smaller venues. So that's how it happens. Dougal, bonjour, Monsieur Ricky. I have a confession. I am not actually French. He's a French bulldog. I am from Staffordshire. In the heart of this great nation. On the Heath, have you ever been mistaken for someone else? Maybe Barry Gibb, Conchita Wurst, or Grizzly Adams? That's all right. They're all right. I'm not bothered with them. So when I was first, I don't get mistaken for anyone now. Pretty much people know who I am. Early days of being famous, I remember the two main ones that I got. Chris Moyles. This one, Chris Moyles was fat, and Johnny Vegas, when Johnny Vegas was fat. So I was a fat bloke. I wasn't that famous, so they sort of weren't. Oh, is it Chris Moyles? Just two other fat blokes, just fat blokes. I got mistaken for fat blokes, basically. Um, when before I was famous, I remember I was in my 20s. I was at a gig, so it sort of made sense. And I had a ponytail and a little fringe, two haircuts. So it was the mid 80s to late 80s, and two sort of teenagers. Um, they thought I was Morton Harkett from Aha. I suppose we're about the same age. I was thin. I had a jaw, hair, everything. They went, "Oh, you Morton Harkett?" I went, "No, no, I'm not." They went, "You are?" I went, "Well, no, I'm not." Now they thought I was him, but pretended to not be recognised. They went, "You are?" I went, "I'm not." And then for a laugh, I went, "I'm David Bowie." And they looked confused. And one of them said, "Oh, it could be." I went, "No, it couldn't be. No, I'm not. I'm not Warren Harkett. I'm not David Bowie." So I went from being mistaken for Morton Harkett to Johnny Vegas. So there you go. That's what happens. That's what happens. I bet Morton Harkett's not fat now. I bet he's kept his looks, hasn't he? Thanks, Dougal. Emma, I love Life's Too Short. Do you have any plans in the future to release this one on the big platforms? I haven't, but those sort of things just happen. Like I find I see things popping up on places that I didn't even do the deal because it's sold. Like The Office pops up on cable in America. I think it was on Netflix for a while. Then it was on Amazon. Same with it. So that's HBO, BBC. So they sort of sell it on their platforms they've got to deal with. So I haven't got plans to, but I might get told about it. Sometimes they ask me to tweet about it when there's. I haven't got plans, but I haven't got not plans either. So it might pop up. Yeah, it was good. Warwick's great, wasn't he? It was real fun, and it was great working with Les and Keith and Sean. Bird on a mission. When you begin filming Afterlife 3, will you have to adhere to the mask wearing, social distancing rules? And how will that work with a storyline? Or will some of the actors be pre-tested bubbles? It's going to be difficult. Well, when you're actually filming, you'd have to adhere to the same thing. They'll all be tested. I think there's usually a COVID person there going test them, all that sort of stuff. And if someone's got it, it's sort of shut down for 10 days. They have to self-isolate. So we have to keep with all the rules, but you don't have to be doing scenes in masks. You just make sure, yeah. So, I mean, I haven't done it yet, but things like that are easy. I can easily make sure that we do all the precautions and everyone wears masks in the crew, and everyone wears masks in the crew. I'll be like Tom Cruise shouting at people. But then in the scene, I can just make the bench in the graveyard 2 meters. And we're not filming till end of April, so you know, it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. It'll be hard work to make sure, you know, it's a lot more work. The hours might be worse, but then my hours are so good anyway. I might have to do normal hours. Right, one more question. Scarlet, oh, lovely Scarlet, the beagle. Scarlet's a beagle, a rescue beagle, saved from laboratories, and she's lovely. I love listening to music, and one of my favourite songs of all time is Electricity from Life on the Road. Thank you, Scarlett. I aroo along to the oh parts. It's beautiful. Would you be able to play that on the guitar? Oh God, Scarlett. Oh, that's a sort of big production number and strings and everything, and Chris Martin. I'll have a go. I don't even know if I can remember it. This is a song I wrote as David Brent for the movie Life on the Road. I'll have a go, Scarlett, just because it's you. Now I'm singing a song to a dog. That's what's happening now. So why not? Oh God. I was looking up to heaven. It was right under my nose. I had traveled many light years. It was right across the road. A million trillion grains of stardust floating round in space. Two of them collided in an ordinary place. We are electricity, we will never die. We just burn, burst, and return to the sky. Oh, sing along, Scarlett. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Alexa, play Electricity by David Brent. Hey Siri, play Electricity by David Brent. Right, there you go. Another load of bollocks. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good week. Be nice to animals. Tatty bye, everyone. Tatty bye.